What is gravy in the Navy YouTube? It's your boy Connor Lowry coming at you with a video to inform y'all about caffeine, what it can do to your body over time, the things that it can do to your body as you consume large amounts of it, and also what you can plan to experience if you decide that you don't want to drink caffeine anymore and you take a break from it. Um, I recently just came from a 25-day break of no caffeine. And let me tell you, it's challenging for sure. It is a very interesting journey, but in the end, I think it was well worth it. And now I'm gonna get a little bit into like caffeine and like overconsumption and what you can expect to experience from over consuming caffeine, or like what you might be experiencing if you are over consuming caffeine. So, caffeine, the one substance that is in a majority of our drinks that we go through every day, and just think about like the amount of caffeine that we're consuming in society. We have Starbucks, a massive chain who literally runs like a majority of the coffee industry. They have so much money production from selling caffeinated products such as like coffees or frappuccinos, like just all the different branches of coffees, um, that we all love. And so 87% of the entire world is consuming this. And the majority of them probably not doing it like an insane amount, but some of the people probably are consuming too much. About 600 milligrams a day is the all-time maximum of caffeine that you should consume. And sucks to say it, but I was consuming about 650 to 700, maybe even more on like really bad days of caffeine, and that's why I took this 25-day stunt. But anyways, back to the topic of conversation. Um, if you over consume caffeine, and if you continuously just have caffeine drinks throughout the day, you are going to, one, experience a lot of sleep loss. I know I did. I never slept. I actually just won the Pseudo Award for biggest night owl. Um, I don't sleep, and I didn't. So that's one thing that really changed when I went on this 25-day journey. I slept more than I ever have in my entire life. I don't know if I liked it. It kind of ruined my productivity, but I slept a lot. And it was interesting to see how tired I always was compared to when I was on caffeine and drinking that much. Another thing you gotta expect if you're drinking too much caffeine is just anxiety. You know, I have always been a really anxious person, but now knowing that since I was over consuming, it was causing more anxiety, and like obviously experiencing a life without the caffeine consumption and a life without all the anxiety, it's nice. It's a good feeling. Um, Anxiety sucks. It just is awful. Taking tests is the worst. In-class writings just makes you feel terrible. And just drinking as much caffeine as like people are, they're just making everything worse for themselves. So coming off of caffeine, it's nice, but there are bad things um, when you come off of caffeine, and I'm going to talk about those now. So, withdrawal. It's when you completely cut a substance out of your life, which is what I did for 25 days. I was lucky enough not to have all these symptoms. And if I did, it would have been a much, much more intense and just rigorous journey for me. But if you come off of caffeine, cold turkey, um, studies have shown that you can experience nausea and sometimes vomiting, which is awful. I didn't experience those personally. Headaches. I mean, I had them every now and then, not terrible migraines, but frequent headaches. That's definitely a big one. Um, And then there's a couple other things that you could experience. You can experience just like being lightheaded or dizzy, which definitely was one for me. Like volleyball practices started up as I came off of caffeine. Was not too fun, let me tell you, not too fun. And I was gassed after some practices, and I'm pretty sure it's because of me being lightheaded or dizzy, and coming off of that caffeine. I also like would experience days where I was just in a funk and like I would feel sick, but I wasn't like nauseous or like about to throw up. I just didn't feel good. I felt like angry and just annoyed at the world. Now, looking into it and doing further research, I know that it's actually called dysphoria, and that is actually just negative moods. I had a lot of this as I was going through it. I didn't even really know it was a thing. But yeah, so withdrawal definitely can lead to dysphoria. Sorry, I have a little notepad pulled up to the side here. Um there's also like various ways that all add up. Hold on, let me. Oh, yeah. So there's some scientific studies that have shown that if you completely cut caffeine out of your life, go on withdrawal, like I did, um, your brain doesn't work as efficiently. And I was thinking about this. I really wanted to see if this was actually a thing, and I tried to go in depth, and like I was shocked because if you compare my grades on caffeine as opposed to off of caffeine, they're going down being off of caffeine. Like they have gone down. Um, and like I don't want to say anything. Like I'm still passing all of my classes, and I'm happy about that. But my percentages that I care about so much, I really shouldn't, but I do. They're going down. Um, So that's interesting, but yeah, I hope you guys learned a little bit in this video. I know I kind of wandered off into different aspects of things, but I try to keep it just as simple as possible in each section and try to touch bases with my connection to each thing that I talked about. So, thank you. I hope you're having a great day. I know I am. Deuces.